and welcome to the most boring live stream ever on YouTube today. Birdie P caught a skunk, and we have to make maple syrup later today. So, I don't expect many people to be in here since Harvey Freebird's live. Hey Lion, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You got your little thing on? Hey bird. I decided to go live since Harvey's just driving around. There's no action going on. I think this is the other girl that has a saddle on. Yep, she's already cooped up. Knocked it down, did you? Let's see, make sure it's still live. Okay. Poor little chicken. Put you in here. Don't worry. Don't let him get you. There you go. All right. Trying to get this readjusted now that they messed me up. All right. Then the next thing, we gotta go let the skunk go. All right. We have everything set up to make the syrup right there. I guess I should move it away a little bit, like right there. Now let's go get our skunk and not get sprayed. When you have a live skunk, you want to cover it up when you're moving it.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, he'll spray you. What?
you want me to carry your tripod?
Sure. Mr. Stinky. I don't have the energy to milk this one. Did you see him?
No. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
That's right, yeah.
All right. One skunk returned to the wild. Yep. Hey, Life. Thanks for dropping in. Check on the girls real fast. What are you doing, ladies? Man, you guys ate a lot of those eggshells, didn't you? Oh, Lord. And our cheesecloth and our strainer, the eggs. Yeah, looks like about 1.5 gallons. We'll start the syrup as soon as the birds coop up.
Huh?
I said we'll start the syrup as soon as the birds coop up. Awesome. Perfect. The hens with the saddles cooped up. The big rooster's cooped up, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Everything should be cooped up. Come on, chickens, coop up. I got me some Freeman gloves.
I remember first time I seen that. It was kind of recently, just because I don't, I follow him, I just don't have notifications for him.
I know.
And then I finally clicked on something and he was doing that, and I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, my notifications have been getting crazy. Like, a bunch of people I used to get notifications for all the time. I don't get. Like, I used to get Swamp Fox all the time.
I never get him.
And now I don't get it at all. And then I've been getting notifications like when people for their live stream, and I'll hit it and it'll be like ended 2 hours ago. It's crazy. Oh no. Come on, girls, scoop up, will you?
That one did end up being a hen. That one right there,
Uh-huh.
coming down right now.
Yep.
That one was the one that was born like all dark gray or black. You can tell by her.
Yeah, that last hatch we did, Bird, the only one that came out of roosters, that guy. Oh, I don't know if I told you or not. I might have told you a million times. My brain don't work. But we have a guy who wants that other rooster. So.
The young one or the old one?
The old one. One of the old ones. One of the rapists. Come on, you guys, coop up. This guy's waiting to jump him as soon as she goes in. So she doesn't want to go in. Ah, she snuck around him.
She did too, didn't she?
Yep. We got two more to go in.
So far, this rooster seems pretty peaceful.
He is.
They just don't want to be fucked with. The other ones beat him up.
He's not a mad rapist like the other two.
Right.
I mean, he still services them. He just doesn't go asshole mental.
Pull all their feathers.
Right? Make them bald.
Sometimes the big one will start attacking the little rooster because he's attacking. Like, y'all just get in there.
Hey, Juggalastus, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you, man. We let a skunk go, and we're getting ready to make syrup. I bailed out of Harvey's because there was no action going on, and good old Joseph Lowry there in chat was driving me crazy, man. I think we're all cooped up, Bird. Over here, anyway. Crap heads.
No, that food they just left. Sunflower seeds and everything. Something.
This hen is vicious, man.
Look at her. She's getting beat up a lot.
Well, they're all humping her, and she turns around and beats the shit out of them. Might be a lesbian hen.
Her face is all fucked up. Well, not all fucked up, but...
Lesbian hen. Well, they can't be trans.
I don't know, that one could
Jug
be.
says I was having trouble with my connection. I was hoping that the skunk wasn't going to be an ingredient in the syrup. Yeah, right, Jug? Hey, Ding. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Is this your new channel, Ding? Chickens are doing good, man. Go. You're using another account? Got ya. Sorry, dude, she ain't giving it up. Hey, Adjust Your Focus. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I'm gonna go set up for the syrup. I'm tired of waiting on these turds. I gotta get the syrup going. We're trying to put this where it'll be out of the way. There we go. Should move this to where I have better lighting. So many deer running all over today. They're ready to feed on anything. Starting to grow probably. Saw 3 dozen deer. Sweet, adjust your focus. That's awesome. Where'd you go, bird? All right, there we go. And we'll have to wait for it to heat up now. The fun begins. Hey Richard, good to see ya. Hey Mike, I did a Hello Kitty game live on my channel. New thing, trying out. Yeah, I seen it. Left you a comment, Richard. Plus plans on a few travel games. Cool. Yeah, I watched Hello Kitty live, and then there was another game you were doing too. I don't remember what it was. I'm not a gamer. Time for me to make a pot of coffee. I hear you, bird. I got my coffee. I just put the heat on the sap, so. Boiling down the sap always takes so long. Wonder if it'll look better if I kill the light. To where you can just see flames. Nah, that's horrible. Once this gets boiled down, we'll strain it one more time through cheesecloth, through bleached cheesecloth. This stuff. and then we'll can it. We'll can it so it will keep for a long time. Couple more minutes and we can take the top off and let it start doing its thing. Juggalassa says, for the first time in about a decade, I saw a pileated woodpecker in my backyard. Haven't seen him again in about a week, but I can hear him pounding his brains out in the woods. Awesome. Yeah, we have a couple around here, Juggalassas. We have a lot of crazy wildlife. Lately, most of the stuff we've been seeing, though, has been predators. Birdie B's been catching raccoons, skunks, possums. It's been insane. And then we've got a family of large owls in the area, too, that come to the yard. We always got to worry about them. Although the owls haven't caused us any grief. One year, they did take a khaki Campbell, though, that I had on video. It was crazy. Do we have armadillos? No, Juggalasses, we don't have any armadillos. We did have a cougar come through twice in the last 10 years. But we have bobcats now that we never used to have. And then our biggest game animal is a deer. We don't have anything bigger than deer. Hey, Emma, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I guess I could be putting eggs away while I'm waiting for the stuff to boil. That's a big damn egg. Rip the carton. There we go. see if I got any partials in here. Hey, PDF, thanks for dropping in. They came to Tennessee about 15 years ago and they haven't decided to leave. Holy cow. It doesn't take 8 hours to make maple syrup. I don't know who told you that, Emma, but that's insane. You watched the short clip on Facebook? Oh, that must make it so. Holy cow. Huh?
Someone, I gotta squeeze the other fridge here.
Be my guest. Hey, friends in code, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Small. See where we're at. All right, we're starting to simmer. We can take the top off now. Did anyone see the 4 Texas cops that ended themselves? No, I didn't catch that. PDF? I've been looking at small towns that have more than 40% of the budget in tickets. Harris County, all from the same department, within a 6 week, I think they're cleaning house. Jug says, I thought a watch pot never boils. Yeah, it almost overboiled. All right. Good evening, Road and Chatters. Welcome in, Marie. Thanks for dropping by. Come on. Almost at the temperature to do tie-dye. There you go, friends of code. I'm gonna have to improvise here. Forgot to bring a spoon out. So I'll just improvise a little. I got my coffee, guys, so you can keep Starbucks coffee. That's overpriced garbage in my opinion. I don't like Starbucks at all. I like Silent Death coffee. That rocks. How about the cheap Maxwell House? Yeah, I'll drink that too, Poor Dirt Farmer. I drink that a lot. I'll drink damn near any kind of coffee. Any kind of generic, I don't really care. Coffee's pretty much coffee. I like Silent Death. I wouldn't pay the price to buy it myself, but when people give it to me, it's appreciated. I used to drink coffee in Miami from the Cuban grocery store that was real coffee, right? A friend of mine gives us beans every once in a while, and I grind them up in our Cuisinart, and that's really good coffee too. Title makes it seem like you're making skunk syrup. Awesome. Maybe it'll make people look. Friends and Code says a Folger jackass here. Yeah, that's pretty much what I drink. FIC when I gotta pay for it. At Jenny Jones, the yuppies ask for weird shit. Bird says I drink whatever cheap, but not too nasty. Hey, maybe more people will come in thinking I am making it, doing that. My mess up could actually be advantageous. Porter Farmer says coffee and a strawberry cheese Danish is on the menu for dessert right now. Sweet. I still haven't made breakfast, PDF. Folger's Black Silk is pretty good. Yeah, it is, Juggleasses. Jenny says skunky ass syrup. Actually, Jenny, we released the skunk without milking him this time. I didn't have Didn't have the energy to do it. I know I should have, but this is probably going to turn into a quart if we're lucky. Get the $2 bag of espresso. It's the cheapest stuff you can get. Where are you finding the $2 bag of espresso, Poor Dirt Farmer? The police record, Jenny says. Right on. The police record, no name coder, friends in code. Yeah, it's finally boiling, Juggalasses. Finally. She's got a lot more boiling to do. If you were a normal person, you would remove the phone with a spoon. But I didn't bring a spoon out, and I improvised with the top of an egg carton. At Walmart, Poor Dirt Farmer? Oh, I haven't been to Walmart in probably a year. Birdie says, I used to drink espresso, but the hard issue is I had to go back to regular coffee, and not a whole lot. Jenny says, do you have to strain it? I already strained it, Jenny. When it turns into syrup, before we can it, I'll run it through cheesecloth. We'll run it through this cheesecloth after it becomes syrup. You can leave the foam on and mess with it later, but it's just more of a hassle. It's easier to take the foam off now. Did anybody watch UFC today? I finally missed one. I'll have to watch the replay. Hey, Cat Lady Kim, thanks for dropping in. I didn't see you, but I see Jenny dropping your link, so you must have snuck in when I wasn't looking. Moonshining is a lot more fun. We'll have to set up the still in the future. I thought about making homemade, but they always made it sound so time consuming. Also, I'll just posted a video. Thought about making homemade syrup. It's not really that time consuming. There's a lot of false information on the internet. I saw one guy who said it takes like 6 hours to do it. I think 2 years ago we boiled down like 15 gallons of syrup or so. And that didn't even take 8 hours. What human beings will do for sugar. Huntington says, at Lion 1, says, Lion 1, how are you and Rabbit? I trust all is well. I think they're still dealing with the aftermath, but I could be wrong. Silkies, please tell me you're not cooking a skunk. Live Silkies, I am not cooking a skunk. We released the skunk that Birdie P caught that was in here. We took it out and released it, and we are making maple syrup right now. Okay, Jenny, so you're right. So it's clickbait. I clickbaited. I didn't do it on purpose, but see, it works. It works. Hey, Jason, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, Peace Dynamo, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Is anyone else having audio cutting out? I'm glad to hear you aren't cooking a skunk. You aren't boiling the skunk. Yeah, no, we're not boiling the skunk. We let it go. He came in to raid us last night, and Birdie P caught it in a live trap, so we had to let it go. I have a premiere in a few, but it ain't near as good as this. Well, Jason, this ain't nothing great. It's just boiling down maple syrup. It's actually boring. It fits right in with my thing. With my channel. I don't dare walk away and go get a spoon to take the foam off with. Because about the time I do that, it'll boil over, put the flame out, and I won't be able to put it back on. So until then, I'm using the homemade spoon. An egg carton top. Skunk gummies. Yeah, only you make gummies a totally different way. I don't have any Jello. Well, not out here. I don't have any herb decarboxylated. And what else do I need? I can't think of the name of the other stuff. Comes in a little bag. It makes oil and water mixed together. Thinking of more clickbait. There you go. Jason, drop your link for your premiere.
New school chair.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he gets so distracted the way he's doing it right now. He needs to be pushed away.
Got you. Possum jerky? Oh, that's gross, Jenny. Venison jerky's doable. Raccoon jerky's doable. No possum jerky, though. I cannot eat what the crows and the turkey vultures will not eat. Sandpaper.
He said he had.
Jason says possum fried rice. Though it's thumbs up. But yeah, well, can be. Tell you what, Jason. I'll skin them, gut them, and freeze them. You come get them. You can have all the possum you want. I think birds up to like 6 or 8. I'm not sure which.
A few. Every night for like the past week I've caught something.
Right? Yeah, it's been crazy. Raccoons, possums, skunks. Silky says, this summer we got to eat from the local farmers, not in Cali. 70% of our summer food is covered in 2 lithium fires for northern Cal.
Oh,
Beware what I eat this summer out of caring for my fellow Americans. Yeah, we don't get a lot from the grocery store. Actually, live Silkies. But thanks for the heads up. Jason says, good evening, Jenny, Jones, and Juggalasses. And I can't see what that says. Well, we're down probably an inch and a half, maybe. What are you gonna do? Refinish it, Bird?
I'm just gonna do something to it.
Oh,
Try not. I mean, I don't.
sand it down, paint it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had this figured out the other day. Now I can't fucking figure it out.
What? How to get it?
There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna sand it. And this should fit right under his bed when he's not using it. I'll figure one out.
I'm too lazy to do it that way. I'd ask Tyler for a wire brush, put it on the drill.
Yeah, he said that, but oh, it's gonna be too loud.
But you want to be handy, right?
I mean, I just want to do it without having to ask him for a whole bunch of shit.
Got ya.
Then he'll take over the project and I'll be mad.
Northwest just dropped a video. How's it going, Jake? Thanks for dropping in.
Oh, it's gonna be easy. Once I get doing it. 120 grit.
The next short, sweet. I really need to start carrying a knife. Have you ate any of this gingerbread stuff?
Uh-oh.
These houses?
Mm-hmm.
You should try it out.
Can't imagine it go over that well.
Huh?
Can't imagine it go over that well.
Actually, with a lot of coffee, and it gets soft, it's
Yeah.
not bad. It looks disgusting, like it's not meant to be eaten,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually not too bad. Gingerbread crap. Friends and Code says, got you another sub at Northwest 425. Jason says, questions. Are birds better than us? No, they're not, because a chicken is a bird, and a chicken will eat its neighbor. So, they're definitely not any better than we are, Jason.
What's your opinion on 200 grit sandpaper? This is 120 and it's decent, but once I get this done, I think I'll need at least 200 or something, or higher. 200
is very fine. It's a fine sandpaper.
He's got some 2,500 in there.
I know. I've got some 5,000.
You guys are crazy.
You got to use it on metal, like your stainless steel and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It cleans up stainless steel really well.
Can't you use it for nothing? Never mind. I was gonna say headlights, but that's plastic. But it might.
What?
Oh, say, couldn't you use like the really, really, really fine shit on plastic headlights? Or would it just make it smoky?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything you can really do plastic with, other than like toothpaste or buffer rouge, stuff like that.
I used to rub oil, like motor oil, on my headlights, because when it was raining,
Right?
it wouldn't come off with the rain.
It works, man.
It does.
Let's see where we're at in chat. Jason says Road had it right, good enough. Friends and Code says nice chicken tacos. Looked great. Sweet. Come here. Jason says that's the best ones, Jake. Yes, sir. North says, Jake says the recent short, that was beef and tater tacos. Weird, I know. Jenny Jones posting City Folk Part 2.
Is that the one about the deer crossing?
I think so. Did you see the ones in Illinois where they're going around and they have the fart thing? They're where the deer are going across the road. They do a black spray paint so it looks like when the deer's jumping, it's farting. They've been trying to catch the guy for a couple of years and they can't. It's hilarious. Imagine getting arrested for that.
Right.
Defacing a sign with a fart. That would suck. Jenny says that's ingenious. I find a lot of humor in it, Jenny. It had me cracking up. Jason says, yes. Watch that City People one. Bureaucrats telling deer where to cross. That. Something's funny to break up a boring drive. Right, Jenny? I hope that guy does that for the next 50 years and doesn't get caught.
I hope more people start doing it and all of a sudden they're everywhere.
Right? It becomes a thing across all of Illinois. Everyone makes deer farting signs.
God, I remember when that started.
Friends in Code says, I am so wrong for this one, but Jenny, why are you sharing your radio call? Jenny says, come on. Jake says, friends in code subbed. Friend says, appreciate it. Jake? Tybo. I still can't say that monkey's name right.
No, yeah, but
T-H-A-B-O.
You said you shared it on your community post, right?
Yeah.
The update? I wanted to see that. I don't think it's an
Yeah,
old
he's
guy.
put out like 3 updates since then. I mean, he's putting out a lot of updates. I gotta go throw this in the burner. Friend says, at Northwest 425, I do nerdy shit, like working to make facial recognition systems to ID cops. Yeah, very cool shit, man.
Am I clicking the wrong thing? Like, I can't find a community
Posts.
post. Okay.
Jake says, nice, I heard about that. Alright, I gotta run to the garbage. Ooh, it's all dark and spooky outside.
Thabo. Thabo.
Huh?
T-H-A-B-O?
Yeah.
Thabo? Or top.
I don't know.
T-H makes a sound, like in the. So.
The, there, that.
Thabo.
Thabo or Thabo?
Thabo or Thabo? Whoa. Let's see. Thabo, Thabo.
Friends and Code says, bro, in Denver it's crazy.
It could be Thabo, depending on.
Jenny says, I won't be able to drive past another deer sign without giggling or wishing I had a can of black spray paint. Friends in Code says, I never try to assume anything with anyone. Jason says, boiling water. Nice. Actually, it's not water, Jason. It's tree sap. We're boiling the sap down to end up with syrup. It will be maple syrup when we're done. Jenny says, I found out that the flying squirrels like grapes. Wow, that's weird. I did not know that. We're probably down 2.5 inches now from the start. This would be a lot more of a chore if you had to do it over red hot coals. Friends in Code says, so did you get hawked by one of them for your grape? Jake says this is cool. Jenny says their eyes are so big. talking about flying squirrel.
No, I'm
Oh.
watching this video and it's saying that to get a court recording or whatever, you have to have your own like person come in and record your
Right.
thing. What?
Yeah.
Was this in Georgia?
Yeah. Yeah, they... Dude,
That's
it's
crazy.
insane. It gets even better, man. They won't even talk to him at the courthouse. He's trying to get public records, and they won't even talk to him.
Damn.
They barred him from any communication with the circuit court.
How can they do that?
They can't. It's illegal, but they're doing it.
Oh, good old Georgia.
Oh, it's a mess. Jenny says, I'm trying to get them on video, but they move so fast. You need a game cam, Jenny. You got one? Sweet. That should capture them. Jason's premiere just went live. A place to live chat. Oh yeah, and it disappeared. I can't read the rest of it. Get some more foam here. Oh, I dropped your gloves, Bird.
Do it?
I said I dropped your pair of gloves. I just picked them up. We're getting there slowly, but we're getting there. Jenny says, how's Hag feeling? Ah, horrible, Jenny. I tried to get her to come out and go live. She doesn't even want to leave her rocking chair right now. I crashed out about 4:30 this morning. She was still awake, so. My sleep pattern is all messed up. Thankfully, I don't have a 9 to 5. Otherwise, I'd be in serious trouble. I only worked day shift maybe a total of 5 years in my life. I preferred second shift. I even preferred third shift over first shift. Too much political bullshit to deal with. Marie says, that Rhodes, sorry to hear Mrs. Rhodes not feeling well. Thanks, Huntington. Jake says, the last good job I had, I worked nights, but we had to deal with all the BS. Jenny says, we might get a chance to see some northern lights tonight here in Michigan. Awesome, Jenny. Jake says it was a union job and went by seniority, so if you wanted to work days, you had to wait about 10 years or so. I never liked waking up at the ass crack of dawn with the birds.
What?
It used to make me crazy. Oh, not you.
Like, what?
The songbirds in the morning when they start their chirping and crap.
Yeah.
I hate that. Drives me crazy.
Well, chickens usually start about 4 a.m.
Right? Jake says wait for the day shift people to retire. Damn.
Yeah.
I actually was head of a crew, and I was on second shift, and I refused to go to first. Yeah, only good thing is by the time you're fully awake, your shift is halfway over. Jason says, ooh, wow. I worked at a steel factory where we made the pieces that go in the concrete. It's called National Precast. I worked day shift there for almost a year. And when we were changing the tire on a welder, me and this other guy were holding it up, and he couldn't hold his end anymore. Instead of saying anything like, I'm losing it, it's dropping, clear, he didn't say anything. He just dropped his end, and it laced my leg open. I had to go get stitches on the inside, the outside, and then I was on workman's comp for almost a month. And then they fired me when I went back to work. It sucked. Jason says a lot going on at the same time. I think YouTube servers might be in danger because my premiere started. Might cause too much traffic. There you go. Jake says piece of shit companies. Yeah, they fired another guy who worked in the weld shop about 3 months after they fired me. And one of the guys who worked in the steel shop, they sent him out in the yard to cut strand, which is a horrible job. You have to stand in water and you take your acetylene torch out there and you cut these pieces of strand. And he got fed up. I guess he left his torch on, and it caused the acetylene and oxygen thing to explode. It blew out a big part of the wall, and the whole wall came tumbling down. It was a mess. It was some crazy shit. There was a guy who ran the weld shop. He was a biker out of Wonder Lake. His name was Rich Libby. There was this other guy, Colin, who was one of the head guys there. Him and this Colin guy got into it. He drove his Harley through the shop, chasing him. It was fantastic. Rich is no longer with us, so doesn't matter. They can't do anything about it now. But that was another crazy thing that happened there. That was the craziest place I worked. Jake says rest in peace. Yep, no doubt, Jake. You're the crazy dude, man. You look like an Oompa Loompa. Huntington says, well, I was up very early and had a busy day, so I'm going to say good night. Take care, Marie. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. Jake says, sciatica's coming back in my leg. Oh, not good, Jake. Not good. Jenny saying good night to Huntington. Marie says, Jenny, see you in the next road live chat. I'm sure you guys will catch up in another chat before then. Jenny's everywhere, and so are you, Marie. Well, we're getting closer and closer to syrup now. Jenny says, in that vesting cranberries, they use wolf spiders to control other insects. In harvesting cranberries, they use wolf spiders. Cool. Jason says, finally I'm back. Whew. Jenny says, wonder what road we'll be whipping up next. Hey Brandon, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Wolf spider, don't want more with a don't want none with a dragonfly though. We might only get a pint and a half out of this. Strainer over there. Bird was right. It is getting nippy out here. burner doesn't throw off much heat. But then it's not designed to either, so. Well, it'll be interesting to see what bird catches tonight in her live traps. Should start doing a poll. Possum, raccoon, or skunk? Jenny says something clickbait. Yeah, I guess my title wasn't too clear, Jenny, but Friends of Code says it's a great joke. Jason says, how you been doing, Road? Ah, that's nice. Jenny says, hillbilly toothpicks. Yeah, I have quite a few of them, Jenny. I've got a whole plastic baggie full. Thanks for reminding me. I actually have one outside bleaching right now. I need to go check it. I don't have a flashlight, though. Let me see if I can find it without a flashlight. There is an advantage to being colorblind. You can see pretty well in the dark. There we go. I found it, Jenny. Take it in, add it to the bag. Moonshiner's Delight. Nothing works better. Although some people use a stick. I've seen where they take a tree, strip the bark off of it, bleach it down, and then use that. Award-winning premiere on now. Click the link, it will set you free. You won't have to deal with the boredom anymore. We're getting close to syrup. Getting close. It didn't take 8 hours. Well, it won't when it's done. It's still got a good ways to go. Jason says, I can barely move, but Okay, all the eggshells are laid out to dry out to refeed to the chickens. That's done. It will actually be a syrup without any high fructose corn syrup in it to destroy our cells. Jenny posts the Brandon Mitchell video, you have to back up video. Sweet. I'm tempted to make a little fart sticker and spray it on the goat crossing sign. Bubbles is a prom night dumpster baby. I like Bubbles, he's my friend. The 4 Isa Browns we brought home the other day are doing good. The 2 quail are still doing good. Brandon says, I took a couple steps back. Jenny says, my mom has a pear tree in her yard. Did you say you have a recipe for pear butter? They're all really mealy. Yes, Jenny, I do have one for pear butter. I used to trade a guy and get pears, and he moved out of the house or sold it. He doesn't have it anymore, and I lost my ability to get pears. But yeah, I have a recipe for pear butter, and you can also make pear jam or pear jelly, which is really good. They say it can't be done, but it's a lie. It's no different than making grape jelly or raspberry jelly or apple jelly. And it's a lot easier if you use the bags than if you use cheesecloth to strain it. The bags work way better. Jason says, I made homemade 7-layer burritos. Have y'all eaten yet? Don't let me interrupt. No, haven't had breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Jason. A couple hours here, I'll be making BLD. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at the same time. Stuff my face and I'll be good. You get old, you don't have to eat 3 times a day or 2 times a day. You only got to eat once a day. Jenny says they're not real edible. Raw. Yeah, I know, Jenny. The ones I got weren't real edible either. I would take them and I would put them in a brown paper bag, an old grocery type bag, or a cardboard box, and leave them for about a week. And they sweeten up a little, and then I cook them down. Extract the juice, make pear butter, make pear jelly. I don't really like the pear jam that much. I like the jelly just fine, and I like the pear butter a lot. It's awesome. It's a good way to save something that you don't want to cut up and eat as a fruit. So it's not just a waste. I'd like to make something out of pawpaws, but we don't have enough of them that ripen at the same time in order to really make anything out of them. You pretty much just got to eat them like a dessert. I'm wondering how to make them into something. Jason says BLD. Nice. Okay, that's really true. Me too, really, kind of. Yeah, Jenny, I would turn it into, I'd make a bunch of pear butter and I would make a bunch of pear jelly. That's what I would do with them. Jenny said, I had biscuits and gravy and fried mushrooms. Sounds good, Jenny. Sounds really good. Brandon says, pear butter is good. Yeah, I like it too, Brandon. Jason says, seriously, and drops a link. I make a lot of apple butter because you can't really get good apple butter anymore. It's disappeared. I haven't seen apple butter in the stores in a long time. I mean, the store stuff wasn't the greatest, but it was better than nothing. And now there isn't anything. Jenny says you can make pawpaw jam. Well, I could, Jenny, if I had enough of them at one time, but what Hags trees don't produce enough. Jason says it won't electroshock you. Never mind, I digressed. Oh. Jenny says not mushrooms, mush. Fried mush? Chocolate dipped psilocybin. We don't. K-I-K. What that is here in the Midwest almost. We don't know what that is here in the Midwest. Brandon says, I have an Asian pear tree. Awesome, Brandon. We don't, the only thing we really have tree-wise is we have a grove of pawpaw trees and we have a Fuji apple tree. And that's it for our trees. Jason says, and Tennessee, which I'm stuck at now. I have a friend in Maryville, and I have some ex-in-laws in Hartsville. I think we're down about 3.5 inches from the start, is what it looks like. The worst part about this whole thing is the cleanup once you're done. Trees are good, Jason says. Yeah, I haven't heard if those bills. Oh, cat, you freaked me out. Jenny says, fried mushrooms with a link. Poor Dirt Farmer says, we can have some shine made by now. Yeah, we could, Poor Dirt Farmer. Definitely could. Could have boiled off that mash by now. At least in the little still. In the big still, I don't think it, I think it'd still be going, PDF. You can put pawpaw fruit over Hag's yogurt. Right, Jenny? Yeah, she does that a lot. She also eats it just plain. She likes it, she says it tastes like custard. PDF says, I'm good. I got my coffee and a big fat one rolled up. I'm ready to go. Sweet. Jenny says, you can put it with watermelon as a fruit salad. We don't have too much luck growing watermelons, Jenny. We have better luck with cantaloupe. I don't know why. We don't have much luck with lettuce either. Jason says, be right back. PDF says they grow a lot of watermelons here in North Florida. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not too much of a gardener. I really didn't learn how to grow much anything except for weed. We grow lettuce at the beginning or the end of the summer, all the way up till Christmas. Wow, cabbage too. That would be cool. I would like to grow some cabbage. David New York went live. Jenny says a pawpaw fruit smoothie. Getting old sucks. I forgot to bring my spoon out. I forgot to bring a knife or scissors out. I really should start carrying a knife. I've never carried a knife in my life, except for when I went hunting. So I'm not used to having a knife. PDF says, plant cabbage at the end of the summer when you harvest everything else. Then you let it grow up to right before the first freeze. Last year we got some organic potatoes and used them as seed potatoes, and it worked out really well. Jenny with a link for pawpaw pancakes. Every time I hear pawpaw, I don't think of the fruit. I think of Pawpaw, Michigan. I don't know why. Just like when people want flints for their lighter, as soon as they say Flint, I automatically think of Flint, Michigan. I remember back in 1990 what a dump that place was. And I don't expect it got any better. Oh. Flint was the worst. Well, it's starting to smell like syrup now. I know it's still got a good ways to go. Jake's live. He just went live with sciatica pain in his back. I'd really like to take off and make some coffee, but I know if I do, this is going to get ruined. Something bad will happen. The minute I'm not watching it, something bad will happen. It always happens like that. Just think, PDF, of all the steam coming up was alcohol. Jenny says, me too. I know, Jenny, that always happens to me. I'll do something for just a couple seconds, man, and everything will turn to hell. Kangaroo Kalamazoo, right? I went to Detroit once for a bulldog. God, that was horrible. That was not a good place. And the guy who had the dog, he'd been robbed 4 times by people. There's enough foam to take off now, but I'm just going to let it build up. It'll just stick to the side and leave a mark. I have to clean it up later. PDF says I need a truck. I've got a mini one. I got a little Ranger. It's kind of on its last leg though. Hey, Mama Cookie. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see ya. Jenny says Detroit is a dump. Yeah, it was pretty bad, Jenny. And I think when I went there, that was when all the motor manufacturers were still there. When it was still Motor City. When all the car manufacturers were still there. Man, I want some coffee real bad. How long have we been boiling this, Mama Cookie? About an hour and 45 minutes now. We're down probably 3 3/4 inches from where we started. We're getting close. PDF says I need a 4-door so my dogs can ride along. Yeah, I only got a 2-door. It's a 2-door extended cab. I hear Thor. Maybe I can convert into watching this. Oh, you taking off, Bert? Oh, okay. Bird's got a taxi, so I'm stuck here till this finishes. Mama Cookie asks, how long does it normally take? Um, it depends on how much sap you start out with, Mama Cookie. I started out with probably, I'm gonna guess and say about 3.5 gallons. So it shouldn't be too much longer. Usually takes about, for this 3.5 gallons, it's probably gonna take 2.5 hours at the most. We're pretty close now. We're getting there. I messed up. I didn't bring a spoon out. I didn't bring a knife out. So I've been using an egg carton to get rid of the foam. It works, but PDF says I'll get a cup of coffee for you. Sweet, thanks, PDF. Why don't you take a trip up to the Upper Peninsula this summer? Cool, Jenny. I went I went up there deer hunting back in, let's see, 486. Yeah, I went deer hunting up there in 90 something. Mama Cookie says, I've never trapped before, so I don't know how to do it. Oh, Mama Cookie, that's not what I'm doing. Jenny says, Sleeping Bear Dunes. Starting to get a little bit of yellow tint to it. Yeah, it is PDF. Actually, Mama Cookie, I'm just boiling down sap. The skunk, Birdie P caught a skunk last night, and it was in a live trap, so we took the skunk out and released it. Oh, Mama Cookie says tapped for syrup. Poor Dirt Farmer says, I seen something floating in there, and then I realized it was a piece of dirt on my screen. Jenny says, Sleeping Bear Dunes. Yeah, it's finally starting to look a lot more like syrup. Silky says, we've had a lot of skunks around, probably having kittens. We were skunk free for years, Silkies, and now they're just coming back. It's been pretty crazy. Hey, Eggman, thanks for dropping in. Good to see ya. Jenny says, or maybe skunk hair floating around. Unfortunately, there's no skunk hair in here, Jenny. When it turns to syrup, when it's actually at the syrup stage, all these little bubbles will become smaller and smaller. Tom says, is it maple or sycamore? This is maple, Tommy. Jenny says, it's so gorgeous up there. I haven't been up since I was a kid. We used to go to Hayward, Wisconsin. My Aunt Nettie owned a resort up there. Her and her husband built part of it, and then he passed away, and she finished building the rest of the resort. And we used to go up there in the summers when I was a kid. And then we quit going. And I haven't been there since I've been an adult. I don't even know if it still exists. But it was crazy. She would cook up a big giant dinner for all the people that were at the resort. My mom would fire up the wood stove, cook the fish we'd catch. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. Eggman says, spring is chaotic, isn't it? Ducks humping, chickens, roosters humping, ducks, dogs humping, goats. You get my drift. Right, Eggman? Everything's humping right now. And I got two roosters that are extreme rapists, man. It's horrible. The poor hens. But Jenny got them saddles, and they're wearing saddles, so they're not getting torn up now, but one hen got pretty torn up. Now we're finally getting down there, finally. We've got a patch where there's not hardly any bubbles at all. This is not going to be a big harvest. Not a big harvest at all. I wished I had my headlight on. Then I could see. I could probably see through to the bottom now. So I could guesstimate how much is actually going to be here. Silky says, any harvest is a good harvest, Road. That's true, Silky. It's very true. Even if it only came out to be half a pint, I'd be happy. Eggman says, yeah, I try to keep the rooster to hen ratio as 1 rooster to 8 to 10 hens. Jenny says, I'm going to order the ones with shoulder protectors. Jason says, by the way, people literally can't see. Click on my Premiere. Geez, people ain't gonna hurt you. Just spend a minute on there. Hey, Watkins. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. I just made it in time to see. Yep. You made it in time. You didn't have to watch the probably hour and 30 minutes of boredom of this boiling. Eggman says, gotta go check the perimeter. Take care, Eggman. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. Silky says, we have 1 little red rooster and 7 hens. We had a nice little pile of eggs the other day. Awesome, Silkies. We're almost there. Then I can go get coffee and go get a cigarette. And I can be all happy. Stop and boil for a second. And we're going to end up with about half a pint, it looks like. It's going to end up being so little that we're not even going to have to can it. Watkins says, just eating a bunch of chicken Marcel cooked up, Jenny. I'm determined to gain weight somehow. Silky says, I learned such cool stuff here, over here. Thank you, Hagen Road. You're welcome, Silkies. People have been doing this for centuries. Mama Cookie says, sorry Jenny, I didn't get the video out yet, but I'm still working on my flower, which is almost done, and then I'll put out the video, probably Tuesday, because we have to take my son back to college tomorrow. That's cool, Mama Cookie. Jenny says, Watkins, ice cream, brownies, and malts. Yeah, I gotta make Hag a protein shake tonight. Thank you guys for reminding me. She looks like a crackhead now. This has really affected her weight. She's down to like 105 pounds. She looks horrible. She looks like Skeletor. And that's not me saying it, that's her saying it. She's not happy with it at all. Jenny says, Mama Cookie, I'll watch for it next week. How's Bouncer feeling? Watkins says, it's difficult when you are built thin. Yeah, she's normally not thin. She's always been pudgy her whole life. And now she looks horrible. She does. She looks like she went on a crack binge or something. I've never seen her this thin, ever. Mama Cookie says he's fine. He's watching a fishing channel right now. Sweet. I don't blame him. This is definitely boring. Very boring. But the good news is we're almost done. We probably got another minute, maybe two. Jenny says protein powder in a chocolate malt. That's what I'm going to do, Jenny. Live Silky says we'll be sending healing vibes to Hag. You both need it. Thanks, Silkies. Alright, we're about to go into total foam, and once we go into total foam here, we should be done. We are so close right now. About another minute and we'll be done. That looks pretty good. Move it around and see. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. All that boiling for that little bit of syrup. That's what you end up with. But it'll be mighty good. I've got to go get a jar to put it in. And I can... Alright, let's see where we're at in chat. OC Fishing Channel. I like this fishing channel. The guys from Michigan. Sweet. Alright. Alright, people. It's been a long, boring time. Well, skunk syrup almost done. Yeah, it's done, Jenny. I gotta go. I gotta go in and get a jar. I was gonna kill the stream, but I changed my mind. I'll leave it on while I go get the jar, because it's only gonna take me a little while before. That way I don't gotta kick you guys out. Alright, I'll be back in a minute, guys. only had a rubber band. I've got a seine bag in there. Right. Now I have a big mess to clean up. All that work for that little bit of syrup. Yes, it is. It is an awful lot of work. But it's mighty tasty, Jenny. And the best part about it is the tree gave us the sap for free. And as a consolation, we got so little, we don't even have to worry about canning it. So, hopefully we get more from the sycamore. All right, people, with that, I'm going to end this because I got to go do a cleanup on all this stuff. And I've already bored you with boiling it down. I don't want to bore you guys with watching me clean up the mess. So, take care, everyone. Thanks for coming to the most boring live stream ever on YouTube today. And hopefully, we'll see you again next time. Till then, take care, everyone. Peace. I'm out.